rolling. Check, 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 check. Checks. Right on the set. Getting ready. Live on the radio. Zoom Room video sponsored by the BMC.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. As the Oracle foretold, two idiots who would misinterpret the news so you don't have to. Live from Deltona, Florida, the avatars themselves, Jack and Laz.
That's right. And greetings, everybody. This is Laz and Jack. He's off in meeting world today because, you know, when the boss calls and he pays the bills, you got to take care of business. Botox, how you doing out there? What's going on today? Waldo, starting off with some good loving. Thank you, 300 bits. And that's going to get Waldo a mystery game key. Thank you, Waldo. How's it going out there today? Let's see what Waldo's got himself a copy of. Let's see, what does Waldo got? Waldo's got Earth 2150 Trilogy. Earth 2150 Trilogy for his donation. Thank you very much, Waldo. Always nice to get the day started off right. We'll get that key right out to you. Let's take a look, see what this is all about. The trilogy, apparently. $6.99 on Steam. Currently. Very cool. Very cool. And Waldo, you should be like right up here because I send you a lot of stuff. Yes, I do. There you go, Aldo. Thank you very much. And of course, you too can get yourself a mystery game key. Donating a few hundred bits, 300 bits will get you a mystery game key. 100 bits will get our undying thanks and support. 200 bits will get you a quote from Lazarus Long. Constantly typing exclamation I love free shit will eventually prompt me to open up the first giveaway of the day. That's right. There we go. It's open. And of course, get this up to 500 bits in increments. We'll stop. We'll play marbles. Donate. We'll play marbles. All sorts of other craziness around here. And before we go much further, don't forget on sale this week, this NBNN I love this shit and Runic. TV shirt out there on the new swag store. Thanks to you guys being able to do this. We upgraded and went out and got all the good stuff this year, so we now be able to offer a shop here on Twitch, and this is the shirt that's on sale this week. Comes in a choice of colors. You can pick and choose your colors and your sizes, and it'll come directly to your doorstep. All sorts of other cool stuff available, so check it out today. NBNN.info/swag will bring you directly to that page. But how is everybody doing? It is Whacked Out Wednesday here, and as whacked out as it gets. Jack's not here today, but we do have news, we do have information, we do have stuff to discuss right here on NBNN. So let's get down to it. Of course, users, anybody new out there got questions, feel free, type them in, ask, come on into Discord, you show up in Owl's Head, we're here to answer questions. But meanwhile, coming from the Twitterverse yesterday, I guess this came out sometime after we did other stuff, but talk about Squirrel. Squirrel! Spending the morning working on items that will allow governors to change the weather in their towns. Currently planning one to switch the biome between normal and Arctic, and then another type to set the weather type between dry, rain, snow, storm, foggy, etc. Oh my God, where did this come from? When did we decide that we were just going to go off and spend time on doing this for POTs? That's slim. I mean, I'm a POT owner, don't get me wrong, and nice functionality and all, but we got a lot more. We got a lot more stuff to worry about than getting feature-rich stuff into POTs at this point. In my opinion, there's still plenty to. Econdas, absolutely, you're absolutely right, and imagine my surprise that hey, I own 2 towns, so I mean, do I have a little skin in that game? I do, but did I ask for it? Did anybody really request that? I don't know, but maybe Chris stumbled upon something while he was doing snow and fixing things that is going to allow him to do this. But when I hear switching biome, that just gets scary, because I know if you ever want to switch a biome for any other reason, you got to do a whole lot of things like evict people. So if he's found a way to automate switching biome, I guess if it's the same biome, but I don't know. It gets a little scary here. Yeah, BT. More bug opportunities as well, but I tend to agree with that train of thought that he wasn't happy with the weather system when he looked into the snow issues, because he's still finding these issues where it gets into buildings, it snows where it's not supposed to, doesn't do what it's supposed to half the time when it's supposed to, and several other weather related issues. And again, while having control over the weather, I mean, see, that just gets a little too out of immersion, maybe. The fact that I can, am I gonna be, first off, is it gonna be something that's just gonna be when I change it, is it gonna stick? That's the first thing. I'm gonna go to town announcements and stuff like that you got to do it like every 7 days. It doesn't stick. Second, we have weather patterns and stuff that happen throughout Novia, so shouldn't those weather patterns just affect your POT as they they move across Novia? Azazel again. Yeah, it was a pretty big shocker to me, just to see this out of the clear blue. All of a sudden, we're off in left field, doing weather for POTs. But hey, we'll keep you updated as to what he's got to say about it, and let's just do a quick refresh, see if anything's fresh this morning. I don't think there is. Yeah, because that's from yesterday. That was yesterday afternoon on that one. So, Econdis, whether people believe it or not, there's more than enough money to keep the lights on at catnip games. Believe it or not. Azazel, good question. If we do the math, I want to say somewhere is in the 450 to 500. Now, well, that would be 450 to 500 towns. Actual town owners would be slightly under that because several folks like myself are multiple town owners. So your town owner number would go down just a wee bit on that number. But there was about 350 originally in episode 1. They sold 50 and 50, I believe, episode 2, which would have made it 450, and then they've been selling POTs and allowing transfers and other things. So I want to say roughly around 500 would be that number. Which, taken into account, and you think about it, 500 people owning, their own scenes in an MMO is a pretty interesting number. It's not like everybody gets to own a sandbox scene. I'll use like Red Dead Redemption. You get a hideout, or you get a place to do your moonshining, and everybody shares that same one of 4 or 5 locations in the game, and everybody just uses it in a different instance. Again, there's a argument for that, Azazel. I would say there are several empty or barely used NPC towns that could probably disappear out of the game. But then there's 2 people living in one town. They've been fighting staunchly to keep that town alive, and who's to argue with them if that's how they want to live? Same goes for somebody who bought a forest scene and puts a tent out in the middle of a metropolis forest scene and says that's how I want to live. You can't say whether it's intentional or not in some places. I've seen Paxlayer go from prosperous to the crumbling mess to back to lived in again throughout the course of this game, and that was just the evolution. They decorated it that way. Hard to say on that one. So hard to say. But empty towns, empty water lots is the biggest thing with towns out there, and of course there are people screaming for making taxable water lots for people to place anywhere. At this point in time, I don't see why not. It would make use of funds. The only ones that were really pledge related were tax-free. Place anywhere water lot. So I don't see the problem with getting taxable ones eventually in there for you folks. For everybody, for us folks, you folks. Talking to the audience. But another topic, again, we're going to be bouncing off the topic we were talking about yesterday. We will return to it hopefully tomorrow. We'll discuss a little bit more because I've got another topic to touch on as well. But let's see, where do I want to go? Yeah, let's jump over to this one because I didn't realize that there was an issue with this. Falconut, you trying to get me to say jack off? What? Yes, Jack is off today. He may pop in between meetings, but he's been backed up. He's got like 15 minutes between meetings in this hour today. And again, when you make the big money and the boss needs you, but gotta give my partner credit. You know, he took a job on a whim, working from home just after. Story goes, his brother called him up and says, "Hey, I got a problem. You think you could help me?" And the next thing he knows, he's working 80 hours a week from home and making buku bucks, and he doesn't have to leave his bedroom. So, yeah. Why are we being spammed with red messages in game? Ooh, interesting. I'm looking at that now. Let's see. Is that popping up everywhere? Yes, it is. 105, 106, 113. I don't know. It looks like somebody found a way to spam out MOTD. Let's see. Player Guild forums and Player Town forums. So these are pointing you to POT forums, which is interesting, I guess, and Player Guild and group forums. Player towns will routinely be spotlighted in upcoming weekly updates. Yay! Because we haven't tried this before. All right, we'll keep an eye on that too. And good eye. I don't really usually pay attention to that, but I guess if you're in a regular chat, I was just in my party chat here, and it's just red. So if it changes, I really don't notice it too much compared to as if I was in universe chat. Then of course you would have noticed it popping up several times. Interesting. Econdis, I'm not going there. Not going there. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, wasn't really aware that this was a problem because this has been around for quite some time, and I just don't get what the problem is with people. Is it Eric? You didn't miss much. It's the same daily train wreck. Just another lovely day on Whacked Out Wednesday here. How you doing, Merrick? Good to see you out there. Make AFKing control points more difficult. Ooh. This was a throwback as I read this topic, and we'll touch on the topics here, but I'm going to read the initial post from Wilfred. Please add mechanics to prevent players from easily AFK fighting at control points. AFK fighting at control points, such as once a player comes within a certain distance of the control point, a countdown timer starts, and after some random time, just over an hour, 61 to 81 minutes, players automatically teleported to a random location some distance from the control point. That way, players would need to pay attention since they would have to run back to the control point every once in a while. Well, Wilfred, if it was 61 minutes, they'd be out of there because it only takes about 45, 50 minutes to get your 8 million and scoot. So not really what it is. And then we got some other, I think the solution should be a bit more straightforward if the control points are to remain in the game. Econda says Final Fantasy worked combat things to require players to do some amount of damage as he original post stated was AFK fighting, so they're doing damage. If you're an archer, you can easily just, if you wanted to do that, set a macro just to constantly tab through and do things, but do some damage to get XP. So I mean, all you got to do is do some damage. BT chimes in what he loves this idea, but it may just encouraging macroing to get around it. Again, I didn't know people were doing most of this, Warrior B. Patrick, but then Kashiva comes in. The thing is, players are enabling this. Someone wants to drag their alts up, take a slot in the group, and have it stand there, and everybody in the group's okay with it, then who cares? Now, that's what the original AFK macroing was, and this is what I wanted to get to. Yeah, Merrick, auto fire with archers, exactly. Now, back to the what Kashiva says here. If somebody wants to drag an alt in and just leave them, that was the original AFK macroing, but the original poster is saying that the AFK fighting, so they're not just standing at the entrance like people used to do. Now, for those of you folks who haven't been around for a day or two, back before, we had, we can't have nice things. These are why we can't have nice things around here. You could just park an NPC, one of your characters, at the entrance and go into a scene and fight to your heart's content, and everybody who was in the party would share experience no matter where you were in the scene. People complained about this, so Chris made it so that you had to be within 40 yards of your party. Technically, I'm thinking your party leader. So whoever your party leader is, you should be within 40 yards of that party leader in order to gain experience, which makes this a little bit less plausible, but nonetheless still possible in certain places. You can take somebody out, say, over to where the wolves are in Deep Ravenswood, or you can take them out to East Reach Gap and park them in a corner, close enough where they could still get that experience. But again, original poster is talking about actually fighting. You can write a macro for anything. Where there's a will, there's a way. The AFK detection in game, if there's a macro running, PT, it kind of, let me modify. But again, I've got a handful of old mouse click programs that would easily allow me to click on a taskbar, even go target somebody. Let's get over here real quick. I mean, and there's even more powerful tools out there that allow you to do all sorts of stuff, but easily you can program, a click, a tab, a button push, and even walk a certain distance. We've heard stories of guys who were actually going around mining, that they would they mapped certain mines back early in the day, and they would be able to go and actually combat and mine with the macro. Well, whatever you want to call it. That's really not a macro to me. That's writing, I guess, a script to script certain events, this, that, the other thing. Again, if you got a problem with it, then there's other ways to do it. But spending all the time trying to combat something that's been readily usable, I don't get it. If somebody feels that that's the way to, script mining. Thank you, Night Owl. Yeah. Scripting is, has been around a long time too. And again, the only thing I could think of is, you just allow one account from an IP, and there you go. There's your. But then you got families, you got husband and wives, and then that gets that gets messy, and you got to do stuff like that. Yeah, but BT again. Even if it detects, I mean, I've spent time at the crafting table. The AFK timer will time out if I'm not paying attention to it. Just standing at the crafting table, where it used to not do that. You'd just be able to stand at a crafting table indefinitely as long as you were interacted with the table. But my question herein lies, what does it matter to you whether somebody's AFKing one of their, I mean, does it really make a difference in your gameplay? I mean, you're not PvPing, so this person's not going to get a whole lot out of it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Merrick? I mean, yeah, a lot of times, even I won't call it AFKing, but if I go out to a control point these days, I have foot pedals on the floor. I think many of you know I use foot pedals for certain things, but um, I can sit here with my mouse watching TV with a foot pedal and just tab through targets while I click on heal spells, and I'm pretty much just, I'm laid back playing. I'm not doing too much heavy work because it doesn't take that much when you're in a party out in testing 1, 2, 3. Doesn't take that much work when you're in a good party out at a control point. So as long as you're just constantly paying attention to your DPS stuff and keeping yourself healthy, there ain't much to it. So I don't know, but I didn't realize that was still a stickler for some people out there. But nonetheless, that's what it is.
What's a what stickler now?
What's that?
I'm sorry, I missed that last little bit there.
Oh, we were talking about the AFK. I actually got people in here listening because I forget you guys actually do come in here from time to time. I thought I was alone in the room. Hi, guys. Hi, Mom, Tradia, Capheus. How you guys doing? No, the stickler was just, I didn't think there was people doing it anymore. And, what does it matter? I mean, who's really getting harmed from it? I mean, is somebody, they're gaining a whole bunch of experience sitting out there. If you're out there in a group, you're not. We were talking about the year 2020. Loot doesn't suck. Well, they're not getting rich doing it. So yeah, exactly. Merrick. I've binge watched shows while I do control points. And these days, I mean, actually, I really haven't looked in a while because I'm pretty much where I want to be. I've got 77 million just randomly sitting in my pool. Why? Because that's what I've got. My crafting pool, 9 million. I ain't done a whole lot of crafting lately because, I did a shit ton over the years. I mean, if you guys saw some of the stock I've got, you guys would shit your pants. I make scrolls, in batches of 3 to 5,000 at times, so I ain't got to make them for long times. Control points, I don't need, I've got most of what I need to have for, what I want from my character. Could I go a little bit higher in taming? Sure, but what's the point? I'm at 145 tame creature. Is there really much of a difference between 145 and 200? Can I even get there? Is it even worth it? Why bother at this point? Yeah, go higher, go higher. You know what I'm saying? Just where's my range? I'm at 141 archery. Do I really need to go higher? Sure.
Yes.
Can I? Yeah, go higher. Yeah. But that's just time in, and I know how to do it. If I want to do it, I can do it. But anyway,
It's all your fault, Laz, man.
I
It's all your
know.
fault.
Hey, look who it is! Somebody's got a break in his meetings. What's up, Jack?
Not much. How are you doing? How's
Yeah,
everybody else doing?
blacked out Wednesday. You know how it goes.
Why are you talking about like 120 skill? You need at least 180 to do any damage.
Yeah, right. If anybody could ever get there.
I mean, the Shroud math for the skill progression is absolutely insane. So did you finish off the 2020 vision?
Oh no, I can't do that without you. It's no fun doing that. So
you need to bring it up right now then. Well, I've got a couple minutes.
Oh no. We ain't got time to get into that.
Hey man, we're almost done. We really are almost done. I think we only have like 10 more things.
Okay, you think we got time? Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. You in video?
No, I am not in video today just because I might get summoned up. Okay, so you need to bring up on screen.
Where were we?
Item history and advancement.
All right, back on track.
I'm not seeing it. There it is. Item history and advancement. While this system is still in design, there are a number of ideas we like, all centered around improving items or opening up additional enchantments for them based on what they have been used for. This is an awesome thing. My dagger of rabbit slaying is fucking phenomenal. Oh wait, that's in a different game. Shit. So that's a big no, but you need your board, man. You need your board.
Yeah,
Where's your
I
black
got the board. It's right here. But question, how do you get to see the code? Azazel, some folks like Merrick Dragon and myself have been down to the offices several times, and while you're down at the offices and you're watching them work, they're more than happy to show you what they're working on and stuff like that. So
yeah,
very easy to see code of, there's all sorts of things that people have seen, helped work with, and other things through the life of this game. You might be pleasantly surprised. So that's a no, right?
That was a huge no. Then we have the guild system expansions and improvements. While the guild system is functional, it is severely lacking. Also, the one account to one guild bond is very limiting in how players actually want to use it. We'll be investigating breaking that and also expanding functionality. Was there any guild changes in 2020? No, there was not.
There was not.
Okay. Oh man, this next one. For all the marbles, quest system. Fully functional and in use for a significant number of NPC quest lines in episode 2. Do we have the new quest system in?
Oh, we don't have episode 2. We don't have episode 2 yet.
Oh, so no. What about the mysterious ransom system overhaul? Oh, geez.
That got changed several times.
No. While recent experiments with no ransom have shown that not having ransom increases participation, we believe that there is definitely a need for having a ransom in some situations or scenes. During 2020, was there a massive ransom system overhaul?
I never said anything about massive.
Okay. Was there a ransom system overhaul? That answer is no.
Several.
No, there was not a that okay, remember the change
to the audience. What has the audience got to say?
The change to no ransom was done in like October or November of the previous year. There were experiments, but no overhaul. They just turned it off. Exactly. And then they turned it back on. Ooh, okay. That's not an overhaul.
All right. Well, as far as I understand, there really isn't any ransom. The the way it used to be. So that's my understanding. But I'll go with the audience call on that. Nope.
Nope. Okay. Achievement system expansion, and moving it from being Steam only to all clients. This is another one I wish we could find a way to move into Q1, Q2 that is long overdue and important for player reward and the feeling of progress. Oh, man. No achievement system in place yet.
Hey, commercial.
Additional new creatures coming to you in 2020. The Chaos Spawns. Cut 3+ completely new and different creatures, secret story creatures, plus at least 2 tameable. Yes, you read that right. Mount options. Did we get a bunch of new creatures?
I gotta look. Yeah, not that I'm aware of, but I'm
remember,
looking at the mount options. Yeah, I'm just trying to see what he would have put in. None of that's
no. That's a no.
Steam achievements don't even work. What? You mean that I got the same achievement 2 years after I actually completed it?
Yep. So more no's, followed by the episode 2 main episode 2 storyline quest reveal will begin on QA. While we would love for it to be complete and ready to roll out by end of year 2020, we currently believe that without sacrificing scope or quality dramatically, this isn't practical. Have we seen a bunch of episode 2 storyline stuff on QA?
I haven't seen any storyline.
No. Treasure maps. Essentially, these are one-time use tickets.
Didn't he say he had this 9-piece map system all ready to be reinserted into the game? And
he did some random work on it, but do we have treasure maps in game yet?
Nope.
Oh, damn. Okay. Challenge scenes. Small, repeatable content scenes. These will use some of the new quest system mechanics and treasure map mechanics to provide some once-a-day style scenes that are highly rewarding. They'll be aimed at only requiring a 15 to 30-minute commitment, but can have significant and specialized rewards, and also 24 to 72-hour unique buffs and blessings. Yeah, that's a no.
We got some buffs, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's another no.
That's a no.
Okay.
Oh, so we have walled maps. That's right, Night Owl.
Yeah.
We got maps that we can put on walls.
And then we're down to scenes with the quest system functional, new targets, what challenging means, and new architecture sets ready. Players can expect 1 to 3 scenes per release for the second half of the year. Many of these already have descriptions in the main quest breakdown. While I won't share spoilers, I will let you speculate on them by sharing some of the scene names. Emberpool, Morningside, The Stadium, Afreet Junkyard, The Factory, The Junction, To Be Named, Tierman's Pass, and 4+ more identified but not yet named scenes.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that's another no.
Yeah.
Oh, down that rabbit hole we went, because there was also ongoing work that is the 2020 vision, ongoing work. Do we want to include these or no?
Yeah, might as well.
Because there was some more bug fixes, so that would be a yes. Performance work will continue, including some major changes to how we handle dynamic lights and shadows. Also, they're investigating several new major performance fixes, including more runtime mesh and texture baking, new dynamic occlusion systems, more options to limit visual effects in more intelligent ways, layered dynamic scene resolution, and a number of other fixes to chip away at our trouble areas with the focus on our worst case scenarios of high deco, high light count POTs, and high AoE combat situations with high target counts.
I would have to say yes to most of that. There was all sorts of performance changes, updates to Unity.
I would say yes and no.
Well, again, mostly yes, but there's some that I don't know about layered dynamic screen resolution. So I mean that one, you know.
Look at Famine's statement. For your information, I lagged out a 3060 Ti in a pot the other day.
Oh yeah, that's because the 3060 Ti it isn't going to do you any good, just like a Titan won't do you any good, or any of those other heavy-duty RTX cards, because they don't play well with Unity.
That's why I say no to the performance improvements, because even systems like the GPU occlusion, which was supposed to be the be-all, end-all of a massive improvement, you still ended up with a major... It wasn't a significant improvement.
Okay, performance work will continue, including some major changes how we handle dynamic lights and shadows. He did that. Also, we will be investigating. Not will we be changing, we will be investigating. Blah, 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 blah. So, I got to give him a yes on that, because there was a lot done to performance across the board. And
let's throw it to the audience. Is that yes, no, or a debatable?
Yeah.
A yeah? What?
Yeah.
So is the answer yes, no, or debatable?
He said yeah.
Okay. That's one.
Eric says debatable.
Debatable. Famine says
cat ears.
Look up. So that's
questionable.
Yeah, so quite debatable.
Debatable. Partial.
Yeah, debatable is going to be the mark. Okay, new dungeon rooms. As always, we create new areas of interest that make sense. We'll be converting these into player usable content. I don't remember a whole lot of new dungeon rooms coming out.
And we're talking player crafted dungeon. I'm assuming.
It's just new dungeon rooms. Do you remember a lot of new dungeon rooms coming out in 2020?
I remember a couple. Didn't the zombie room and all that come out last year?
Was it a zombie room or a zombie totem?
No, that whole dungeon. Didn't that come out last year? What the hell's the name of it?
I don't create dungeons, so I don't know the answer.
Come on, where's the zombie room? In what dungeon, folks? Because I don't ever go down there anymore because I can't solo it yet. Somebody will have the answer in a moment.
I don't remember a whole no rooms last year, according to Botox. Tartar sauce. Yeah, but do we say yes for one or two? Or
Tartarus was added last year, and then there was another one added. Wasn't trying to think of what the other one was.
Yeah, but that's like two.
Okay, that doesn't say. It just says new dungeon rooms. So,
Famine says Tartar sauce was 2019.
Tartarus was 2019. Really, that far back? I thought that was last year. All right.
Remember, 2020 we spent in the base. So was Despair. The Rise shaft still doesn't work. Yeah. Okay, so that answer is going to be no.
Yeah, see, I think it was new dungeon rooms being converted into player content, but even at that point, I'd have to say no again. But
yeah, so the answer is no. Let's go with new crafting recipes. While a major crafting overhaul is planned in Q3, you can expect new recipes to appear off most releases throughout the year.
yeah, can't say that we saw it throughout the year most, but there were updated crafting recipes, a whole crafting system overhaul to food. But
yes, so
but
new lava fish. Yeah, so there were some new crafting recipes. So let's go ahead and give them a yes.
I wouldn't call it a major overhaul, but I'll give them the yes. Yeah.
And then the next three were already referenced in, or actually the new artifacts. Yes, there was a bunch of new artifacts.
Yeah, way too many new artifacts.
Yeah. But the Lua stuff and the player GMs were actually discussed earlier.
I'm reading. Various Lua functions as needed. Goal is to still give Lua players enough functionality.
Yeah, no new hooks were added for Lua. The player GMs, that was the GM potions. Then the final item, ongoing quality of life items. While not popular with some players, we strongly believe that favoring fun elements and balance over some of our older reality modeling or immersive elements is critical to our primary goal of expanding our player base. Merrick, we never said everything was working as 100% yet. I mean, we're giving them credit for implementing things. But
yes, this is just again, this is just a cursory, fun look at what was proposed to be done in the year, and again, many people thought it was even reaching, and again, many of us knew that episode 2 would not be finished by 2020 by no means.
Overly ambitious.
Absolutely.
I wish that more time.
I'm not going to knock them for being overly ambitious either.
Yeah,
so
I'm not going to knock them for being overly ambitious. We had a really great start to in January, but then after that, we started missing things as the Squirrel Effect started taking place.
Yes,
and I think that's one where we need a roadmap to say, these are the important features that you need to work on.
Now, talking about the Squirrel Effect, I want to jump to the Tweeterverse just for you. If you weren't, I'm sure you probably weren't paying attention, but
no.
we had a very good Squirrel Effect yesterday posted after the show. So why don't you just jump over to the Tweeterverse and check that out or recap this again. Started the show out with this topic today.
Spending the morning working on items that will allow governors to change the weather in their towns. Currently planning on one to switch the biome between normal and Arctic, and then another to set the weather type between dry, rain, snow, storm, and foggy.
And there's that Squirrel Effect for you right there first, folks. Right there. Jack didn't even know we covered that this morning, but there it is for you.
Yeah, it's Squirrel Effect. It's so this is one where it's like, okay, the POT weather, yes, governors would like the ability to change the weather based off of their events and things like that. It's a nice thing to have at some point in time, but a lot of dev time is going to be wasted on this when there's other systems that need to be fixed.
Indeed.
Because this becomes one where it's like you have to add a bunch of customization, and Squirrel, you just caused more work.
Oh, that's funny. Eric says he named his giant squirrel Chris and set it in his front yard.
That's funny. Yeah, that is funny.
That's funny.
Okay. So I'm here for another 30 seconds before I need to go.
Yeah.
We need a tally. We need a tally. Laz has the board.
10, 11 yeses, 5 partials, and 39 no's.
Okay, so that brings a total of 55 items.
Still about 20%?
Still 20%.
20%.
Yes. So, yes, that is there. It's same odds as
good odds for Vegas.
Yes. 20% likelihood of completing everything is not great odds for Vegas.
It is for Vegas. If you would have bet on 50% of that stuff getting done, Vegas won, baby. You would have bet on 30%, Vegas won, baby. Those are great odds for Vegas, but anyway.
Oh yeah. I'm not gambling if it's only 20%. Give me at least 30%. Okay, but I got to get out of here.
Good odds for Vegas, not good odds for Cynicist. Yeah, go ahead and get out of here. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hopefully you won't be stuck in meetings tomorrow. We're going to take off Friday because you got lunch on Friday, so I think we're going to take Friday off, so just keep that in mind, unless your lunch changes. And he's gone. But for you guys and gals out there, is just a heads up. Probably going to be taking off Friday. I don't know. No? Jack's actually got a real lunch thing he's got to take care of, and I got some things I could take care of, so maybe we'll find out tomorrow. But I was planning on taking it off already, so we'll see how I feel. Maybe I'll change my mind between now and then. Yeah, I know, Merrick. No rest for the weary. No rest for the weary at all. Anyway, moving right along. Yeah, you know, I don't say it much. You know, we really don't take too many breaks or anything. Usually only when something real life pops up that we actually take time off throughout the year. Otherwise, it's usually the random federal holiday that we take, and the Thanksgiving, Christmas breaks. We take a couple days for Thanksgiving, and we take that 2-week break for Christmas. But otherwise, the rest of the year, unlike most other streamers and stuff, we don't take a whole lot of time off. So, you know, taking an arbitrary day off, you know, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, you know, got to get that into my contract. Not. You got no stinking contracts. It's a great thing about being a streamer and living the streaming life. Get up out of bed, start my day, roll into my office, roll in my studio here, and you know, I can or cannot work depending on my whims, not somebody else's whims saying I've got to be there. You know, I don't want to be there. I'm not going to be there. Only people who are going to yell at me are you guys, and well, you guys understand. Yeah, good not to have a boss. Anyway, moving right along, we are nearing the edge of the show. Make sure you're raffled up. Put it in your non-contract, that's right. But let's get to it. Don't forget, check out the NBNN Shroud of the Avatar community calendar hosted on NBNN.info and brought to you by Shroud Marketplace every day. If you're looking for information on Shroud of the Avatar, go out to NBNN.info. Click on the calendars button, see what's going on in and around game, and of course, please keep your calendars up to date. Mostly it's in-game radio stuff these days, not many people posting events on the calendar. Of course, all sorts of other information is available. You can get the NBNN Daily Britannian, Or you can check out the Avatars Express. Haven't seen much over there lately, but check out both places. You can check out all sorts of cool links, all sorts of different maps I've got collected over the years. The original Soda map, the Lunar Rift map, Siege Mapper, all sorts of other cool stuff out on the website. You go out and check it out. Get yourself up to date with what's going on. And of course, don't forget you've been tuned in to Lunch with Laz and Jack. Jack actually made it for a little while, so yay, Jack. And of course, it's thanks to your support that's kept us here for the last 6+ years. That's right, season 6 is here. Who'd have thunk? And of course, we definitely didn't. And we got you guys and gals to thank for it, and we do appreciate it. Thank you all for all your support over